how can we implement design thinking in an organization? Is it a easy process? Is it something which is difficult? Is it something which is achievable?
It is a challenging process and an exciting challenge, I would say, because design thinking is easier said than done. When you read about it on a website or anywhere, it comes across as being a very simple process. But when we actually try and apply it in our everyday work and projects, then we understand that it is an entire shift in paradigm, an entire shift in premise. So there is a lot of unlearning involved. So the first thing that we need to do in order to be able to implement design thinking in an organization is to get leadership buy. It must come from the leadership. It must come from the top. People must know that leadership wants us to know to learn this. This is what the leadership is um, uh, asking us to do. So we have to get leadership buy-in first. Then we start small with a focus group and train the trainer sessions. We can identify early adopters and evangelists who are more prone to get into the design thinking mindset than others, who are ready to unlearn earlier than others. And then design thinking is a very flexible process. It is not a rigid process. Because it is based on empathy, it will, if required, we can actually customize it for the organization. So most organizations have their own preferred models for design thinking, and there's no harm in that. Then we have to identify the projects which are ready to pilot design thinking. We have to, because unless we apply it, we cannot do it. Design thinking is no, it has, I think, just 2% theory and the rest 98% is application. And we have to avoid silos by departments or teams here. When we are identifying projects, we have to see that the project has a cross-functional team. It must be a multidisciplinary team. Then only it will be successful. And finally, we also need to identify how we will measure success of implementing design thinking, how we can track the number of projects which apply the design thinking, or we can conduct surveys to measure the impact that design thinking has on product design, customer satisfaction, etc. But it's a long drawn process. It will take at least a year or two to get the organization fully onboarded in design thinking. But yes, again, I would like to reiterate, we have to get leadership buy. That is the first thing.